is increased pulse, there is increased even blood sugar because of the cortisol that is being produced. So with the little stress you've gone through, see the things that you'll be going through. And again, stress and anxiety can make you, have unhealthy lifestyle or perform unhealthy lifestyle. Healthy behavior like poor dieting, unhealthy behaviors like physical inactivity, you won't rest, you won't exercise. All you do is you eat. Either you overeat or you won't eat at all. You resort to smoking, alcoholism, and all that. All these things can lead to formation of atherosclerosis, which will bounce back to the cardiovascular stuff we are talking about. So, with the 90 to 95% of the cases of or the causes of hypertension, it has to do with some of these things. Now, the other 5 to 10% of the cases, we may attribute it to kidney disease. Somebody who has a chronic kidney disease, you are likely to get a high blood pressure. Someone who has a toxic goiter, you are likely to have a high blood pressure. Some cancers, some adrenal gland tumors, and all that. Those are the cases that we can say, oh, because of these cases, the person had hypertension. Other than that, 90 to 95% of the causes, we can't get any actual cause for it. Only the risk factors that we mentioned. I would want us to touch on effects of hypertension on the brain briefly. Then we look at the prevention of hypertension, since hypertension has been the main culprit for the causation of cardiovascular disease and stroke. Now, when there is high blood pressure in the system, the tiny and delicate vessels in our brain, they undergo so many changes. They either narrow to cause reduced blood supply to a part of the brain. When we take the brain has all the body parts on the brain that it regulates. So at one part of the brain, it controls your sight, your memory, your walking, your eating, all what we see on ourselves. The brain has centers that control it. So depending on where the effect is, where the impediment is, where the insufficiency is, it will affect that factor. So if it affects the site that you used to lift your right arm will become weak or it totally paralyzes. If it affects your memory center, your speech center, it will be affected. It affects a very broad area. You will see that we will see classical sign of stroke. So that is how it happens. Or these cerebral arteries or the tiny vessels in our brain can burst because of high blood pressure in there. It can burst and the blood can leak in your brain and it can lead to death or total paralysis. Thank you. Now let's look at the prevention. How can we prevent or control hypertension or cardiovascular diseases or stroke? It is obvious, per the causes, per the risk factors, all we need to do is to work on that. 1, let's adopt healthy lifestyle, because lifestyle counts a lot. What you eat is what you are. So you need to eat well. 1, eat diet low in salt, meaning that high salt intake is not good. Don't add on more salt after food has been served. It is very bad. Secondly, let's reduce our sugar intake. Let's reduce our sugar intake. Let's reduce our fats and oils. Let's reduce meat intake in order not to push us to getting high cholesterol levels in our system. Now, let's take in fruits regularly. Fruits, vegetables, and fish. Those are good. At least it will help with healing of the system, the inflammation. It will fight against certain diseases, and it will enhance easy digestion. Then we will be good to go. Let's avoid smoking. Let's avoid smoking. Let's cut down alcohol intake as much as possible. Let's reduce alcohol intake. Let's maintain optimum body weight. Let's maintain our weight well by exercising, by eating well, and all that, so that our BMI will be in range. Let's not go near 25 kilogram per meter squared. Good. Let's also exercise regularly. Let's exercise regularly. Let's have adequate rest. Let's relax ourselves. Let's not overstress ourselves. Let's have adequate rest. Adults, 6 to 8 hours is fine. 6 hours is fine. So if you think because of your work schedule you can't have all the 6 hours, you can split it. In the afternoon you have some 2 or 3, then in the night you have your 2 or 3 in addition, and we are good to go. Let's avoid stress. In fact, let's regulate our stress. We can never avoid stress, but let's see how we can be defensive. Let's see how we can deal with stress. And let's also know that it's not everything that we can avoid. Issues are bound to happen. There is so much pressure at the workplace, pressure even in our homes. So some of these things, let's accept it, but find ways and means of managing it, or going through it, or overcoming it while seeing stress. Then most importantly, those of us who are hypertensives already, or who are diabetics already, or anyone who has any medical issue or chronic issue, let's comply with our medication. But there's a saying that once a hypertensive or diabetic, always a hypertensive or diabetic, in most of the cases. If your drugs are getting exhausted, please go and get a refill. Get tested, get a refill. Don't say, oh, now my BP, my blood pressure is fine, my sugar is fine, I won't take the medication again. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And then let's talk to experts. Let's talk to experts. Don't seek counsel from anybody. Don't be listening to stuff from anywhere that you think is not a professional who is saying it. Because we hear so many things out there and we take it at heart and we practice it at home and it's not helping. So seek counsel from experts, not just anybody, because we have to take our health as our priority. Hypertension is a lifelong disease, depending on what caused it. By most of the cases, because it's a lifestyle disease, you can't just take hypertensive drug for a month or 2 and you say you are done. It can be fine at a point, but since it's a lifelong disease, we also need to take our medication lifelong. However, continuous checkup or reviews will make the doctors or the health professional maybe let you suspend it for a while whilst you keep checking. Don't use your own discretion. Take advice from the expert. Thank you very much. And I know that prevention and adequate control of hypertension will avert risk of sudden and unexpected deaths. Thank you.